Good morning once again. Welcome to our second event at NBO Litfest, our first ever edition. Karibuni sana. This is our little special ode to the little kiddies. And thank you to Paukwa for joining us for this event. But before we get started, my name is Wanjiro Koinange. I'm one of the founders of the Book Bank, and welcome to NBO Litfest. This festival is anchored in Nairobi's public libraries. As if you've been following us since Thursday, you've seen the commitment that not only the team behind the festival, but also the speakers who've come to speak have for libraries and the things that they can do. If you're new to our work at Bookbank, please check out our website, www.bookbank.org, to see the vision for Nairobi's libraries and what we hope to do with them. This is also a celebration of the Macmillan Memorial Library's 90th year, so happy birthday, Macmillan. So, before we get started, some house rules. Please keep your mics muted for the duration of the event. This is a pre-recorded event, but there will be no Q&A. But if you have some comments for us, or want to show us some love, please do so via the chat function on your screens. If you're on Zoom, if you're watching us on Facebook, please put comments in the comment section. And if you're watching elsewhere, please tweet us. The hashtag for the festival is NBO Litfest. We'd also love your feedback. So there's gonna be some polls popping up on your screen at different points throughout this session. There's probably one on your screen right now asking you how you got here. Let us know what we're doing right and what we can improve. We love to hear from you. So before I hand over to Paukwa, a bit of an introduction of our wonderful partners for today. Paukwa is a place dedicated to positive stories about Kenya. It's an invitation to story. Often when you hear the words Paukwa, audience says, Pakawa. People are so busy in this room behind me, no one's paying attention to Paukwa. But we invite you all to storytelling this morning. Paukwa invites one to remember the joy of stories from their childhood days and to get lost in the new, familiar, or unknown ideas about the daily things that surround us. Paukwa is a place that celebrates memory, culture, and modernity, but most of all, the positive things that often don't get showcased. So we invite you to dive in and discover a story of Kenya that you probably didn't know that you didn't know. And before we do that, I'd like to say a word of thanks to our partners, the people who made this possible, our funders, Sharjah World Book Capital, I keep saying Sharjah World Book Capital, the Sigrid Rousing Trust, the Embassy of the Netherlands here in Nairobi. Thank you so much for funding this dream. And to the people who've helped us put together the different pieces of this program, Paukwa being one of them, the Glasgow Women's Library, and Sahifa Journal and Baraza Media Lab. Thank you so much for your participation, and the British Council as well. So thank you, Sana, for your support and for making us arrive, or helping us arrive at this vision for Nairobi's libraries. Without much further ado, here's presenting Paukwa.
Hey AJ, you don't look too happy. What's going on?
It's really smelling around here. Look at all these rubbish bins. Tilly, they have not been emptied since morning.
Oh, that's true. I wonder why Mr. Baraki and his team have not done their work. We need to do something about it, AJ. Hey, this reminds me of a story I read in the newspaper about Kaka Mwasa.
Who is Kaka and what did he do?
Well, Kaka is a young man who always wanted to make many wrong things right because where he grew up, there were huge piles of rubbish. In fact, these were not just piles, but mountains of trash. Imagine people putting their rubbish in fields where children like you and I play our football.
People littering spaces other people use for playing is so wrong. So what did Kaka do about it?
Well, like most young people in his area, Kaka loved to play football. So he rounded up all his friends and they began talking to some leaders about the dumping in the fields.
Does that mean the leaders were not doing their work because Kaka had to tell them what was happening?
That's right, AJ. Kaka was upset that young people like him couldn't use those fields because the grown-ups in charge were not preventing the dumping of trash.
So in our situation, who would be someone in charge? Maybe our teacher or the cleaner?
Yes, but we should find a solution since the school is ours too. We should take care of this space because it's our space.
That's true. So continue the story. Were Kaka and his friends able to get their fields cleared of waste?
Absolutely, yes. Kaka knew the trick to make those leaders do the right thing. He waited for the time of elections, and with other young people, they told the leaders they would vote for them after the cleanup was done.
Wow, that was very clever of Kaka. I think he is a brave person who knew what to do and then did it, so his community could get what it needed.
You are right. Kaka made sure the leaders got the cleanup done. They started with one field, and soon more fields were cleaned.
So they could finally play and have fun in a clean space?
Yes, AJ. They even got some community halls built for fun activities like watching football matches or hosting a play. And they also got some computers, and many young people started learning how to use them.
See how we can make things right in our schools or communities just like Kaka? Is there something you could do to improve your surroundings? Then just start. See you next time for another great story from us here at Paukwa. Bye!
Paukwa, Pakawa. Paukwa, Pakawa.
Hi, my name is AJ from Paukwa, and today my friend Kim and I are going on a camping trip with our Scouts troop. I'm so happy to be on the road seeing our country.
It's been raining so hard during this trip with thunder and lightning. Do you like when it rains?
I think rain is good. But do you know what happens when it rains too hard? It causes floods, which sometimes sweep away people's homes and all their things.
Now that reminds me of the Kenya Red Cross Society, which helps families affected by floods all over Kenya.
Yes, Kim. And the people who serve other Kenyans through that organization are called volunteers. You too can become a volunteer and serve our country.
AJ, come over so we can take him to that tree over there.
Those first aid classes we took at the Kenya Red Cross have come in handy.
Yes, AJ, I think so too. We learned so much about what to do when someone gets hurt. And do you also remember we read about the leaders of the Kenya Red Cross Society?
How can I forget about Abbas Gulet, the longtime leader of Kenya Red Cross? He served in the organization for a long time, 45 years. Anytime something really bad happened in Kenya, you would always see him on the news with his team of volunteers.
That's right. They have many good values that guide them. They give so much time and energy to make sure Kenyans are safe and well. They honor Kenya through their work. We should love our country too.
Hey Kim, did you know at first Abbas wanted to be a hotel manager?
I guess that's also a good way to serve, giving people a nice place to stay when they are away from home. Speaking of home, where did Abbas grow up?
He was born in Garissa, but his parents died when he was really young. Thankfully, he was adopted by people who loved him just as much, and they all moved to Mombasa. Abbas had also wanted to become a doctor and help people that way.
Wow! He had so many great ideas on how to serve people. It makes me wonder, how can I serve people of our country so much?
That's right. He always wanted to do his best. While in high school, he wanted to win the President's Award. But to achieve the Gold Award, he had to learn about first aid, and so that's why he joined the Kenya Red Cross.
Oh my! That was a long journey he had to take to win an award.
Yes, Kim. He learned all his first aid skills and at the end got his award.
So from there, did he continue serving the country?
Yes, he did. He worked at Posta Corporation but left after a few years to do what he loved best, helping those in need. So he went to work full-time at the Red Cross where he served for 45 years until his retirement in 2019.
I really hope I can find ways to show people in my community and my country how much I love them. I'll keep thinking of creative ways to serve. Do you have any ideas, AJ?
We could start a first aid club or a tree planting club to make our school and community green.
Ah, these are great ideas. Let's go ask our teacher what he thinks. Do you have some ideas about how you want to serve your country? You're not too young to start like Abbas did. Well, I have to race after AJ. See you next time for another great story from us here at Paukwa. Bye!
Paukwa, Pakawa. Paukwa, Pakawa.
Hello friends, my name is AJ from Paukwa. I am enjoying my long holiday here in the village at my grandmother's house. Where do you spend your long school holiday? Does your grandmother live far from you? Do you get to visit her? What do you love most about those visits? Is it the food, or the fun, or the journey? Many children are excited to spend their holiday trying out new things and visiting different places. Isn't it wonderful to have the chance to travel somewhere? I'd like to tell you a story about a person who liked to travel. His name was Rapasa Nyatrapasa, and he grew up to become the best Nyatiti player, which he learned how to play during his many visits to his grandparents' village. Every school holiday, Rapasa would travel from his home in Nairobi, and as soon as he would arrive, his hands would itch to play the Nyatiti. The Nyatiti is a musical instrument. It has 8 strings and it makes a pleasant sound. Rapasa was very eager to learn how to play the Nyatiti. When we hear music from Western Kenya or Eastern Uganda, it probably has the Nyatiti as the main musical instrument, and it makes you want to get up and move. Can Can you imagine? Some people at the village would discourage young Rapasa from playing the nyatiti. But he didn't let them get in the way of reaching his goal of becoming a nyatiti player. Rapasa would not be steered off his path. Instead, every year, he went to the village. He made friends with the best nyatiti players he could find. As he grew up, he traveled all over the region to find new teachers. These masters were so excellent that you couldn't help but dance when the music started. And when the masters saw how determined Rapasa was to learn from them, they trained him in the art and also taught him how to make a nyatiti. With time and practice, Rapasa became a very good nyatiti player. He also learned a lot about the different kinds of nyatiti that were found in different villages in Kenya and even outside of Kenya, as far north as Egypt. These different nyatiti were also played in different ways in these places. Can you imagine that? So many different types of nyatiti and so much music. After years of practice, Rapasa had become well known as a musical master. The music he made became so well known that once he was invited to join a musical project made up of people from different regions along the Nile River, and he became part of the Nile project. When Rapasa is not touring, he teaches children about the history of music in Kenya and about the nyatiti and other stringed instruments. He works with different actors making music for plays. He might tell a story about people and different problems in the country just with music. So next time you visit some place, any place, remember there is so much to explore. You can learn new things and become very good with time, just like Rapasa Nyatrapasa became an excellent nyatiti player. Keep being curious and keep trying. Thanks for joining me today. See you next time for another great story from us here at Paukwa. Bye! A. Avocado. B. Boda boda. C. Cow. D. Drum. E. Elephant. F. Flower. G. Goat. H. Hyena. I. Impala. J. Jug. K. Kenya. L. Lion. M. Matatu. N. Nairobi. O. Ostrich. P. Pineapple.
Shh. Quiet. R. Rope. S. Sun. T. Tree. U. Ugali. V. Vote. W. Wheelbarrow. X. X-ray. Y. Yawn. Z. Zebra.
Paukwa Pakawa.
I truly do hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. Thank you so much to Paukwa for just making the conscious effort to make stories about us, for our children, for ourselves. We have enjoyed those stories. Those stories were made for me also, and I'm not a child, maybe a child at heart. Asanteni sana Paukwa, and thank you to the rest of our partners who made this possible, the Sigrid Rousing Trust, the Embassy of the Netherlands here in Nairobi, and SWBC. Don't go anywhere. So we have some music coming up. So the only thing you need to do is to like leave this one and join the next session, because we have some really wonderful music coming up that was made specifically for this audience, never before seen. So don't go anywhere. But I see one quick question in the chat, and I'm gonna try and just see if I can respond to that quickly. Is the alphabet available in Kiswahili, and the stories you do, you love them? Thank you, Mshai, for that wonderful question. I know that the posters exist in both languages. I'm not sure the video just exists in both languages, but I will confirm. We will confirm and get back to you. But yes, please check out Paukwa's website for more information. They have all of this wonderful merchandise that you can buy. And yes, thank you, Natalie. Yes, the stories are available in Kiswahili. Thanks for clarifying that. Yeah, I'm sure you guys all enjoyed those as much as we did. So thank you, Natalie, and your team at Paukwa for sharing those with us and for helping us share them with our audiences, both here in Zoom and on Facebook, where we're also streaming. So don't go anywhere. All you have to do is register for the next session and prepare to get your minds blown by some incredible, very, very exclusive content coming up in 2 minutes. So see you soon. Bye.